Hi, I am Amy McCoy, head owner and lead designer of McCoy Design Studio. We are based in St. Louis, Missouri, and we specialize in high-end residential interiors. I did not get into interior design until I bought my first home, which was in my early 20s. And it was more born out of a curiosity that then led to a passion. Having my first home, I wanted to create a space that was inviting and welcoming to friends and family. And I was really just trying to understand why, when you have a party and somebody comes over, why do sometimes the guests stay longer? Maybe it's the comfy sofa, or it's the pile on the carpet that just feels cozy. Or it could be the lighting that was just really nice that made you never want to leave. So kind of chasing those answers to those questions is what led me to go back to school for design. Just owning a business in itself is challenging. I think that there's, when you work for somebody, you're a designer and your role is just to design. And it's a lot more simplistic. As a business owner, you're trying to, generate new clients. Perhaps you're trying to get your name out there more. And you never know what's the right direction to take. You just have to try different things and learn from that and continue to move forward. So it's just, there's a lot of growing in owning your own business and being open to opportunities and knowledge and people that come your way that can, help you along your journey. Usually our clients are people with families. They're people like myself. Either they have small children or grown children. Those tend to be the people that I work with. We're, like I mentioned, we like that relaxed sophistication, but because we have other elements at play here, we've got kids, we usually have pets. We're specifying things that have durable fabrics, stain resistant, but still when you walk into that space, you feel like, oh, it's so beautiful, but it's a lived in environment. Currently, it's the project that I'm working on that probably defines our style. It's taken us a little while to get to this place in our business, but we are trying to redefine Midwest luxury through that relaxed sophistication. So I am a Southern California transplant here in the Midwest, and we, our ethos is about that laid back elegance. And so we're kind of coining the term coastal Midwest. And it's all in the textures that we used and that quiet sophistication, I guess, is how I would describe it. I'm seeing a lot of textured walls and ceilings. I mean, the Venetian plaster guys that, had that art form 20 years ago are coming back now and facilitating those designs again. I mean, we're seeing like any sort of flat surface, even, a wallpapered ceiling. We're seeing dimension on them, more so than we had in the past with just applied molding details and such. So that's a big trend right now. Do I think that is staying power? I think it's cyclical. I mean, we saw it in the 90s with like the Tuscan kitchens and the plastered walls, but it comes back again, but in a little bit of a different way. We're working on a project right now, for example, and it's a lot easier in new construction. This particular project is going to go geothermal and do all the solar panels. And so we're building that up right off the bat. In existing homes, we're usually specifying energy efficient lighting, or we're, specifying appliances that, reduce energy consumption or water conservation. So we work with eco-friendly, items in that way. I think in terms of like textiles, there's vegan leathers and making sure where it's sourced and it's sourced ethically. So it's more client driven, I would say, depending on what the project is. But it's definitely a growing field, and we're always, wanting to learn more and be a part of that. Early in my career, when I was getting into the industry, I worked for a firm, and we had to match like the plumbing to the fixture to the hardware. So everything matched. That mixing metals is probably one of those rules, or matching is a rule that I break. And I like to mix metals because I think it adds a lot of dimension to the space. I mean, there's a cohesion with it, right? Like maybe the mirror's black and the hardware is black, but the plumbing is, something different. And so is the light fixture. I think, this idea of even nightstands, that 2 nightstands on the side of a bed need to be the same. Well, they don't. Maybe it's just one nightstand that's actually like has drawers, and then it's a side table, but they're both at the same height. Maybe they have the same wood tone, but just breaking up some of that matchy, I think is a rule that I personally like to break. People are very surprised when they hear that I'm from Southern California and that I live in the Midwest. And they're always like, oh my gosh, why did you come here? Or why are you here? And truthfully, I think they'd be surprised to know that I really love it here. I have 3 kids myself, and it's just a great place for my kids to grow up. Like our home is an open door, kids running in and out, muddy shoes and, barbecues on the weekends. And it's just it's a great community and a great place to raise a family. So I think people would be surprised to know that, well, I love California and that's where I grew up and I try to go back there every year. I really do enjoy living in the Midwest.